there YouTube, France Hopper here. It's Saturday, July 23rd, and welcome to Season 3 of Maido in a Box. This is volume number 25, Spark Your Creativity. Let's open it up. Alright, so let's see what we have to start us off with what I believe is now the second year of Maido in a Box, or actually I guess third year, because this is volume 25, so we've gone through 2 years worth of boxes now, which is kind of incredible to think about, and still going. So, here's what we have in the Deluxe Kit. Looks like some interesting stuff. I think some things that we've seen before. Yeah, actually, I think we've got a couple of repeats this time around, so yeah, let's go ahead and dig in. Of course, if you want to get any more details about that, link in the description or scan that QR code that popped up on screen. Here is our goodies for the month. There's a couple of like raffle tickets in there. Okay, this is going to be interesting to see what's in that. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting things in there. Huh, alright. I wonder what the story behind that's going to be. This looks like it's probably the Deluxe Kit, and this, I believe, is Standard Kit. So, let's kind of set that off to the side there, and organize things a little bit here, and we'll dig right into it. So here are our extras for the month, and this is probably the most random sort of grab bag of stuff that I've seen for extras for the month, to the point that I kind of almost wish that there was a card to explain what's going on this month. So let's start with what we all know probably pretty well by now. Ink of the month is a Momiji. It's an Iroshizuku. That's a rather red looking one. I feel like we've had this before, but that's a nice bright red. We do have one of those build your own pens that we've seen in a couple of boxes before. Those are always cool. Yeah, these are just raffle tickets for some reason that I'm not really sure why. There's nothing on the back of them to really explain anything. The theme for this month is Spark Your Creativity. It's supposed to be a kind of scrapbooking themed box, so I guess that's why there's all these little extra odds and ends and stuff here. This is kind of like a cycle of the moon phases. I don't know if this is a sticker or tape or what. We have another sticker over here that's kind of like a flower sticker sort of thing there. We have a small little envelope with, I think that's an elk on it, you know, for like a gift sort of thing. And then you have a good old-fashioned do-it-yourself luggage tag, a small little part of, an old atlas part of the world there. Let's see, what else do we have? We have these things which are kind of like little Polaroid printouts that I think are sticky notes. I don't really know what's going on with these, but it's a thing. And then we have some international stamps. The first one here, that's a 50 piece, looks like, it would help if I didn't cover that up. I think it's a Deutsche Post, which would be Germany. And then we have this one, which I think might be Hebrew on there. I can't tell. I'm not sure what script that is. But yeah, two international stamps. I don't know if these are any good or not. The Deutsche Post one feels like it's been used already, so probably not. It looked a little canceled. So yeah, interesting bit of extra goodies for the month. Let's move them aside and get into the Standard Kit. Here's everything in the Standard Kit, and as I mentioned, we do have some repeat things. One that was definitely a kind of a repeat is this clear stamp set from BGM. The first time we had one of these, I didn't understand why you have this bit. This is the stamp. These are the stickers. The way this works is you peel these off and they stick on there, and that's how you actually make the stamp. Yeah, it's kind of confusing, but that's how it works. So it is interesting that you do have that as a way to do stuff. Naturally, you probably want an ink pad to go with stamps. So there is the ink pad that we have. This is from Yellow Owl, and it's just a plain old black ink pad. Also from BGM, we have a masking tape in kind of a little blue bird pattern going on there. From Uni, we have an Uni 1 pen. We've had these before. This is the Uniball 1F Green from Mitsubishi. That's a pretty thick looking nib this time around. No, but it is actually a 0.5 millimeter. Cool. I actually like these pens. These have some good weight and a good feel to them, and this clip is just solid. I actually like those a lot for a ballpoint. From Tombow, we have one of these, which at first kind of looks like correctional tape, but it's just adhesive dots, and it's just to make some dots as you go scrapbooking. You could probably refill this with, whatever you want. You could probably stick correctional tape in here if need be, but it's definitely refillable. Then we have something that I think is actually kind of interesting to see in the standard set and not part of the deluxe. This is from Traveler's Company, which used to be a part of Midori Design Fill. Now it's independent. And earlier this year, they had actually a stamp caravan at several Kinokuniya locations throughout the U.S., and was lucky enough that Beaverton was actually one of them, which is the other store that we have here in Oregon that's kind of close enough to Portland. It was the first one we got. And this is just a catalog of all of the things that they have. And they do come out with some really cool stuff. The thing that they're probably most well known for is the Traveler's Notebook. And I actually have a couple of those. I've got a passport size, a mini size, and then actually one that was a limited edition. But they make several other things. They make some brass pens. I do have their brass pencil and fountain pen, and they're very cool. And they've just been coming out with a lot of neat stuff. And so that's kind of a look at the catalog. And it's actually really easy to get this in the U.S. now, finally. I don't think that's the U.S. website, but they do have a U.S. website where you can buy it directly from Traveler's Company. Kinokuniya is a partner shop, so you can get a lot of the products through them as well. And then we have some other local partner shops here in Portland, one of them being Oblation Papers out in the Pearl. But what we've got here is a refill for the Traveler's Notebook. These are pretty good notebooks, or just paper in general, if you don't have a Traveler's Notebook. This is the Paper Cream. It's blank, 64 pages, and it's just really good paper. If you've had an MD notebook, it's very similar to that. But the way that that would work is, this is one of my actual Traveler's Notebooks. This is the first one I got, actually. And there's a lot of things that you can do to kind of customize them and stuff, and it's actual leather, so it does kind of weather over time. But the way that that would work for the refill is you have kind of this little band in the middle that you would just plop in your paper, like so. This is one of the sheets that I haven't fully used yet, but yeah, that is what the Traveler's Notebook looks like. So let me slide all that aside, and we'll see what's in Deluxe. And here are the extras for the Deluxe Kit. It's kind of actually plain and simple, really, this time around. Honestly, this is a little bit underwhelming for the start of Season 3, but hey, there is some good stuff in here. And definitely some stuff that we've seen before. We do have from Pentel these Sparkle Pop pens. It's a metallic pen, 8-color set. They're very, very shimmery, if that's the kind of thing that you want to go for in scrapbooking or just note-taking in general. Or, heck, even school notes if you don't want them to be boring. We have another little mini stamp set here. This is a white sparkle, so I would assume it has some sparkliness to it if you were to stamp with it. From Midori, we have some sticky notes that are just 70 sheets of good quality sticky notes. Looks like you got 3 different kinds, fine, craft, and tracing. So actually that's kind of cool. Yeah, you can choose and use your favorite paper. Neat. And then finally, from BGM, we have another entry in the Flake sticker series. We've had some Flake stickers before. This is the Post Office series. Unfortunately, as Maido says, you can't use these as actual stamps, which is a bummer because a lot of these do look a bit more fun than actual stamps. Well, depending on where you are in the world. USPS does have some good stamps every now and then, but stamps are kind of pretty plain these days. But that is going to be everything that is in volume 25. And yeah, it's already been pretty much 2 years that this series has been going on the channel, and thank you for continuing to watch them. I hope now that, because we are getting some repeats of things that have been seen before, that you don't tire of these too much, because I do still like actually getting these boxes. It is always interesting to see what they come up with each month and the theme of each month. It's actually been pretty nice that there hasn't been a whole lot of overlap, which is impressive for how long this has been going on. So that is it. Again, welcome to Season 3 of Maido in a Box. As far as I know, Maido and Kinokuni are going to continue producing these, and I'm probably going to keep getting them and showing them to you. So I hope you do like them. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll see you next month. Oh, hello again. This probably isn't the ending that you were expecting, and it'll be interesting to see in the analytics how many of you actually watch this to the end. This month is actually a bit of an anniversary month for myself as well. This is, believe it or not, my 15th year on YouTube, which is kind of crazy to think about because I'm turning 30 in September. That means half of my year, or half of my life, has been kind of documented on YouTube in one form or another. So for those of you who have been subscribed to this channel for the full 15 years, thank you for 15 years of support for a channel that, until Maido in a Box came around, didn't get any regular updates. You know, no schedule or anything. This is really the only consistency on this channel, is putting these out once a month. And so for those of you that started with this, 3 years ago now in 2020 when the first one came out, and are still following along with it, thank you. I really do appreciate your support, and again, I hope these aren't getting terribly boring, and now that we're going on 3 years of stationery, and still actually having some new stationery to show off. So 15 years, I actually hit that at the beginning of the month, and it kind of came and went because work has been really busy for me, and this isn't entirely the 15th anniversary special that I wanted it to be. So in the comments, if you want, go ahead and ask me anything, and if I do get quite a few, I'll actually go ahead and do a proper 15th anniversary special answering your questions. Literally, go ahead, ask me pretty much anything. Keep it PG-13, please. But anything that you've wanted to know about myself or the channel, future plans, whatever, go for it. This is probably the only time I'll say leave a comment. And also like, comment, subscribe. There, I said it. Finally, after 15 years. That's hopefully the only time I'll ever say that. But seriously, for those of you that have been subscribed for the full 15 years that I've been doing this mess of a channel, thank you very much. For those of you that have subscribed for the Maido in a Box series, again, thank you. I do hope it's a series that you've liked and will continue to like, because again, I plan to keep this going as long as Maido plans to keep it going. And yeah, no matter when you subscribed, if you subscribed, or if you just, watch these when it pops up in your recommendation or whatever, because you watched one of them at some point in the past, thank you. It really does mean a lot to me. YouTube isn't my day job by any means, but seeing the numbers that come out of this channel is interesting to see, because that is my day job. My day job is analytics for Kroger. So I like seeing numbers. So again, thank you very much for continuing to watch this crazy little series. Thank you for continuing to support the channel. And yeah, I will see you next month, either for a 15th anniversary special, if I get an incredible amount of questions for that, or otherwise I'll just see you for volume 26 of Maido in a Box. This would age really poorly if they didn't end up being in a volume 26 of Maido in a Box, so please don't let me down on that, Maido. Anyway, that's it for real. Again, thank you so much for all of your support over these last 15 years. It's been a heck of a journey. See you next month.